What's up, guys? Welcome back. Football season is officially underway and everybody has high hopes for their football team this year. Unfortunately, chances are they're going to let you down. One thing that's not going to let you down is this recipe for sweet chili jerk chicken meatballs. This recipe is absolutely packed with flavor, comes together easy, and feeds a crowd. But before we get into that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. First things first, let's talk about these ingredients. Today we're using ground chicken. You can use turkey, you can use beef, you can use pork. Really any kind of ground meat will work. Just make sure that it's not the 99% lean kind because it's not going to hold together. But today we're going with ground chicken. We have a half of a grated onion. That's going to allow the onion flavor to get into the meatballs without big chunks of onion. We have some parsley. For our seasonings, we're keeping it simple today. We've got my all-purpose seasoning. We have some chicken bouillon powder, some ground allspice, a little bit of jerk seasoning. We got some sour cream to add moisture to our meatballs, Parmesan breadcrumbs. We got some boursin cheese and a couple eggs. As for the sauce today, we have limes. We've got our favorite barbecue sauce. You can use whatever one you like. If you can find this is magic right here, not a sponsor. We've got garlic and ginger paste. We have some Walker's Wood jerk paste, my favorite jerk seasoning right here. And we have some sweet chili sauce.
And this episode is sponsored by AG1. AG1 is a nutritional drink that replaces key health products in one simple scoop. I've been using this product long before they were ever a sponsor of my YouTube channel, and honestly, I couldn't be more impressed with the quality. AG1 combines 9 health products all working together as one, replacing your multivitamin, multi-minerals, pre- and probiotics, immunity support, and more. AG1 is made of 75 of the highest quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients in the world, and it's manufactured to the strictest quality standards. And not to mention it tastes great and makes you feel even better. It's harvested from farms around the world. AG1's ingredients shine in a subtly sweet taste with notes of pineapple and a hint of vanilla. What I love most about AG1 is that sometimes it's hard to get all of the nutrients that I need in my regular diet, and this product makes sure that I cover all of my bases. I absolutely love it, and I think you will too, so click my link to get a 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D3K2 and 5 travel packs free with your first purchase. You can't put a price tag on your own health.
All right, my friends, we're gonna get this party started by prepping our meatballs. In a large mixing bowl, we have 2 pounds of ground chicken. I'm gonna add 5 ounces of boursin garlic and herb cheese. This stuff is a cheat code, guys. You see me use it all the time. If you haven't tried it yet, definitely grab it. It's good in pasta sauces, it's good in meatballs and meatloaf. It's good on a charcuterie board. Really can't go wrong. We're also gonna add half of a grated onion. I like to do this technique because you get all the flavor from the onion without the big chunks of onion in the meatballs throwing off the texture. I'm going in with a couple tablespoons of parsley, freshly chopped, and then 2 tablespoons of sour cream. There we go. So get in there and start to mix to combine, then we'll add some seasoning here in just a moment. That boursin garlic and herb cheese adds a lot of flavor, has a nice bit of garlic in there, so no need to go too crazy on the garlic otherwise. It's an optional ingredient, guys, but it does add moisture to your meatballs and, like I said, just a lot of flavor. And that's what we're going for. Nice and flavorful. So when all your guests come over and ask you where you got the meatball recipe, you can tell them to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Or you can pretend like you've made it up. I wouldn't be mad either way. All right, so now I'm gonna add just a touch more parsley because I'm not seeing enough of it in my mixture. I kind of just eyeball that. Now we're gonna season this up. I'm going in with my all-purpose seasoning. If you don't have this, guys, use whatever your favorite all-purpose is. Or if you wanna grab it, you can get it via the link in the description box. It is low sodium, so if you see me being heavy-handed with this stuff, it's not just a sales pitch. Next, we're going in with some jerk seasoning, about 2 teaspoons of that, a little ground allspice, and some chicken bouillon powder. The chicken bouillon powder is really going to amplify the flavor quite a bit. Next up, we got 2 beaten eggs. That's going to act as a binder along with the breadcrumbs that we're about to add next. These are Parmesan flavored breadcrumbs, but use whatever you got. Panko would work, Italian, whatever you want to use is cool. And then just get in there and give it a mix. This is when these gloves come in handy. You're gonna need about 2 cups of breadcrumbs in total. Quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients for this recipe can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. But you wanna just keep kind of folding everything in until you see everything evenly distributed and well combined. You'll start to notice that your meat mixture kind of holds together. That's what you wanna see. Use the rest of those breadcrumbs. And then we're gonna pop this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to let everything come together. Make sure those meatballs hold up. There we go. So when you can lift it like that and it kind of sticks together, you know that's about where you want to stop with the breadcrumbs. And that's going in the fridge to chill out for 30 minutes. All right, so in a nice size skillet, about a 12-inch or so, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. To that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is. I like this brand here, it's called Blues Hog. It's probably hard to find depending on where you're at. So just use whatever you like. We're gonna mix that in. Then I'm going in with the juice of 1 lime. It's a juicy lime. Next, I'm going in with about 1 cup of sweet chili sauce. Any brand will work. This is just what I had laying around, so this is what we're going with today. You want to add 1 tablespoon each of garlic paste and ginger paste. Just give that a mix. That sauce will start to caramelize from all the sugar that's in there. So it's going to be pretty sweet at this point, and now we're going to spice it up with this jerk marinade or jerk seasoning. We're going to go in with about 1/4 cup of this. The more you use, the spicier it'll be, so kind of taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. And that's really it, guys. You just want to mix it. You can season it up a little bit, adjust the flavor and the spiciness to whatever your preference is, and just let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes to kind of caramelize, allow all those flavors to come together, get to know each other's business. Beautiful color, though. So after about 10 minutes, it'll start to kind of thicken up and reduce a little bit. Great consistency, good color. Most importantly, amazing flavor. The perfect blend of sweet and spicy. It's gonna pair nicely with these savory meatballs we're gonna throw in the air fryer. Great game day appetizer, guys. So this is how she's looking after about 30 minutes of hanging out in the fridge. We're gonna make these kind of bite-sized meatballs is about what we're looking for. Maybe an 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces in total. About that big. We're gonna roll them up, place them on this aluminum foil lined baking sheet to hang out for a second, and then we're gonna fire up the air fryer. They smell good already. These freeze really well too, so if you want to make a bunch in bulk, you could always do that. That way you got some options for football season or your next potluck or party. This is enough for about 36 to maybe 40 meatballs, depending on how big you make them. So depending on how many house guests you have coming over, you could use half of this recipe or even double it if you're having a big party. You could also take some of this leftover meat mixture and make yourself some jerk chicken burgers or sliders, jerk chicken meatloaf. That way nothing goes to waste. So we have our air fryer warmed up. I'm using the Ninja Foodie XL today. Use whatever air fryer you have. We're gonna spray it down with some cooking spray to make sure the meatballs don't stick. And then we're gonna place the meatballs in there. Try to give them some breathing room, a little elbow room in there so they don't stick together. That way you can allow some air to circulate around them. Beautiful. So we're gonna put these in the air fryer at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they hit 165 degrees internal temperature. All right, so it's been about 6 minutes. This is how we're looking. Absolutely perfect. Got some good color on there. We're gonna flip these over. Make sure they're cooking evenly on all sides. And let them keep going until they hit at least 165 degrees internal temperature. All right, so after about 12 minutes, we have ourselves some perfect chicken meatballs. Still nice and moist. We're gonna finish them in the sauce. That way they get nice and caramelized with all that flavor that we have in our jerk chili sauce. All right, guys, we're about to wrap this up. One of the keys to any meatball recipe is to finish them in the sauce, especially if you have a sugar-based sauce like this one. You can get that beautiful caramelization that you just can't get otherwise. So we're gonna warm this up over medium heat. I'm gonna start to add my meatballs back to the party for one final dip in this flavorful sauce, and then we're gonna plate this up. Now you just want to move them around a little bit. You don't want to get too rough with them because you run the risk of them breaking apart and then you messed up all your hard work. So what I'm going to do is use this big chef spoon and just kind of baste them in the sauce just to make sure that they're nicely coated. And we'll swirl them around a little bit. Just agitate them until they are clearly evenly covered. If you see any bald spots, just hit it with a little sauce, give them a couple swirls, and you have yourself some fantastic football food on your hands. All right, so for plating, we got this platter here. I went ahead and brushed on some of that leftover sauce just to make it look nice. We're gonna make us a nice pyramid stack of meatballs right here in the middle. Really no right or wrong way to do this, guys. We're gonna stack as many as we can right here. Then for garnish, we're going down with a little fresh diced chive for a pop of color. And that chive flavor is gonna pair nicely with what we got going on here. And then last but not least, a little freshly grated carrot right on top for a little additional color contrast. And the natural sweetness of the carrot's gonna pair nicely with this spicy sauce that we got. This is the part where I say, brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is get in here for a taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. Oh, man. Here we go, moment of truth. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Football season is officially underway and chances, that's not what I want to say, for their football team this year. I hate to break it to you, but chances are your team is gonna let you down. One thing that's not gonna let you down is this recipe from,